All right, welcome to our final meeting of the New York Giants Preservation Society for the 2025 calendar year. Happy New Year to all of you. Today will be a little different meeting. Instead of having a guest speaker, I will be a moderator, talk about the group, and you guys could tell everybody what you think as far as improving what we need to do to move forward. Our first new program will be next week, next Thursday, which would be January 8th with Donna Muscarella. Donna is one of our members. She's the president of the Elysian Fields Sabre Group, and she'll be talking about Hinchcliffe Stadium as far as the Negro Leagues and the New York Giants who played there. This meeting will be looking back at the past year and like I said, looking forward as well. Last Saturday, not this previous, on the December 20th, our group was fortunate enough to have our first live get together since pre-COVID days. It was a wonderful event where people got to reconnect with people from the Zoom and also reconnect from previous meetings and also to meet a lot of new friends and stuff. I'll say a little bit about it, but I thought some of you who were there might want to chime in a little. Renee, you want to say anything?
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, and I don't mind repeating it. When I joined this group after the Historical Society, I've gone to the meetings and stuff, and I felt not into socializing because I got in on time. Some people knew each other. I got to do small talk with some people, and then we all left. But like I said earlier, the Zoom meet opened the door. I mean, not only did we get a lot of guest speakers and so forth, but we got to talk a lot. Whether it's question Q&A or experiences, pre and post, loved it. Got to know you guys a lot more than I would have when we had met early on before COVID. But with that being said, that meeting, that meet and greet, loved meeting all you guys. There was a lot of people I didn't get a chance to meet. I said hello, but got caught up in conversations, and then it was over. I had that kind of fun. I got that kind of feelings for everybody there, and it was great to see everybody there. And yeah, if Gary could do it at least maybe once a year or twice a year, be phenomenal. But like I said, the Zoom meets really opened the door for a lot of people, putting in, like I said, their stories and stuff. And I cherish all of that stuff. And you guys' experiences. I mean, when you guys go off on stuff, it's fantastic. I can't get enough of it. So yeah, thank you for me being a part of this, and you guys, and I'm happy to be a part of this group. Thanks.
And like I said, there were 60 people there, and I apologize to Renee because I hardly got a chance to talk to anybody. It was more or less making sure everything was going okay. Um, you know,
I spoke to you, Gary,
yes, but I
and
would
you
have loved to.
signed my book.
Thank you. I would have
And
loved
I
to
love
speak
that
to
you
you
signed
longer.
it, Mrs. Mays.
Well, we had the day started. We had I spoke a little, and then Jamie Rupert spoke, and we were going to have Ted and Joanne speak, but by that time, Steve Summers had started talking. Joanne and Ted, you want to say something that you might have said?
Well, I would love to say something before Ted. And Ted, do you mind if I talk?
Not at all.
I'm a little bit short on words because of my throat, but I can say I felt like I was with a family, a different family. Your group has really made people so cohesive. And honestly, I loved being part of that. And it it was an honor to be there and meet all the faces that we see in those little like
Brady
Hollywood.
Bunch boxes.
Oh, the Hollywood squares, I would call them, more famous than that. And we were so honored, and it has filled, I know, Ted's life tenfold, and it's given me so much more knowledge than I would have had. So thank you all, and thank you for letting me be part of it as well.
And I might add that nobody cuts a sheet cake like Joanne. I got to tell
Uh,
you.
that's well,
Ted,
thank
did
you.
you want to say something, Ted?
No, but chocolate cake is pretty darn good. It was
Anybody
a-
else is there want to chime in a sentence or two, or
Yes, I do.
go ahead, and
It was just a wonderful. It was. I wasn't going to go originally, and Gary said, "Come on," and I said, "Okay," and I went with my nephew Mark, and we had the most wonderful time, and just
it was
everybody was in a wonderful mood, and loved the speaker, loved the food and the cake and the atmosphere, and it was just terrific. I'm so
wonderful.
happy I went.
We were so
Thank you,
happy that you
Gary.
were there.
You know, the other thing, Gary, as Renee said, it seemed over before it even got started. It was so quick, the time went by, and there were so many people I would have loved to have gone around with Ed, but we were kind of limited. Can I just add one thing that I would love to help with if you do
Sure.
organize this again? If we could do a video live stream from it, I think I would definitely love to help you with that.
That'd be great because I just know how to do this. So if somebody would teach me, I'd be happy to do that. Jeff, did you want to say something before I continue?
Yes, please. Yes. So we had Len and I had a great time. Started off coming off the train when we met Harvey, coming off the Long Island Railroad, walking to Finnery's, and just walking there, being with you guys was terrific. It was so much fun meeting Jamie Rupert, and ran into Eric Sherman was there, which was a nice surprise, and Greg Prince. Meeting Hindi was a nice thing I wanted to do, and I hung out a little while with Renee, which was terrific, and nice meeting him for the first time, and felt like we had a bond, even though I'm more of a Mets fan than a Giants fan, but we had a good time speaking to each other. So I want to thank you for putting this together, and it was just a terrific time. Thank you.
Yeah, I must say, Renee was at the door and he had a baseball cap on. It's like, who is this guy? And then I realized who it was. So that's what these squares do. They just you're not sure who you're talking to until you actually meet him in person, and he's a better guy in person than he is in either the Hollywood squares or the Brady Bunch squares, whatever it is you want to talk about it. Okay, the group raised money and we donated $225 to the Say Hey Foundation, which of course is Willie Mays and Renee Anderson. Autism Speaks, which is Will Clark's thing. The Giants Community Fund, which helps underprivileged the youth there. Sue Peterson is in charge of that. Youth Rescue Organization, which is Michael Mays' organization. And Fans for the Cure, Ed Randall's. And the leftover money went to to pay for sheet cake, and we bought gifts for Steve Summers and his producer, and Dieter, the owner of Finity. So just some other things financially, and you guys should let me know what you want to do with this. Our webpage, which is really, we have a YouTube page and a Facebook page. The web page is really just for looks, kind of. We're due to pay them $180. I have the money to pay that. Should we continue this?
Yeah.
I think it gives us legitimacy, is what I'm saying. Just to, most of the stuff on there
You
has to do
need
with
it.
this day in New York Giant history. So
You do need it, and until they really do away with web pages, you should have a presence.
okay, so we're all in agreement. We should try to keep
How long does that cover, the 180?
a year.
Gary,
And I got to tell you, I was very upset when I got the bill. Last year was 150, and I'm in the process of calling them saying, it's gone up $60 in 2 years.
Are
Gary,
you with GoDaddy?
Yes.
Okay.
Gary, are you the one who will post this every week or whenever you do? Are you the one who posts all these this day in Giants history on the webpage?
Actually, what I do is I did it like 6 or 7 years ago. And then every year, as the year goes by, I delete. I don't delete, I change the date to come on, the following year. So it has like 3 or 4 months worth of stuff. Then those 3 or 4 months will go away. New stuff will come on, but the new stuff is already old stuff, if that makes any sense.
Okay,
Can
so
I
it's
make a
just
suggestion?
Yes.
When you put the newsletter out,
Yeah,
It'd be great if it was on that page. So if
it is on
anybody
the
goes
page.
in, oh, it is? It's been a minute since I've been on it.
It says we have a web page, and
No, no,
I have a
no.
picture of it.
No, our newsletter when you see upcoming events and upcoming
Oh, to
speakers.
put that on that page.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good
So
idea.
if-
I'll write that down.
yeah, so if you casually go in and to look for, the history, which is I think it's fantastic. I like it a lot. But informational stuff.
Then we'll hopefully have a new newsletter in the next week. So, January, there's a $60 fee for Sabre. Why Sabre? It's kind of like our minor leagues as far as me getting guest speakers. I see a lot of stuff. We've gotten a tremendous amount of guest speakers because of Sabre. And I cross-reference it, try to find stuff on the Giants. And I've been very, very fortunate. Jeff shaking his head. He knows.
Yeah.
Gary, that shouldn't be a question. You know what connects the people, and you're the one who connects everything. So that
Well,
should-
people donate money and or do donate money in the future.
Yeah.
And I need everybody to know where money goes. So
hands on.
we gave out all the buttons at our event. We are buttonless now.
Uh-oh.
Love my button.
If you guys want me to order buttons, I will. That's
I love my button.
thank you. It's close to $200 for like 100. I don't even know how many there are. So, something to think about also. And also, I guess sort of like Max Scherzer and Verlander. My computer this is going to be the last Zoom on this one. It's run its course. I'm worried whenever I tape. Norm Coleman, who's not here tonight, usually records them because the computer's gone out every couple of times, 2 or 3 times since we've done this. So I'm getting a new computer, and hopefully we will use it on next Thursday.
If it's like Scherzer or Verlander, you can get $5 million for it.
All right, looking back on the year, this is the last of our Zooms. We had 43 Zooms this year.
Amazing. Amazing.
And most of them are really top notch. They really were. They were all good.
99%.
Absolutely. That brings us to, I think, 217 total Zooms in the 5 years we've been a virtual group. We have 3,100 and almost 25 Facebook followers, which is pretty incredible. Giants don't exist anymore, the New York Giants, so there is interest. We have 522 YouTube subscribers, and we have about 600 people in my address book. And here's where the math doesn't work out to me anyway. I sent out a holiday message to everybody, and I can't tell you what to do with your time, but if there are 600 people in the address book and only 75 people watched it, I don't know. Just
No, you can't,
What do you mean? Wait,
Yeah. the thing he said.
What holiday message are you talking about,
yeah,
Gary?
what's
I
the,
sent out a season's greetings from our group
Yeah.
with my
Oh.
dirty bed, right, Steve?
Yeah.
well,
Steve?
That could be.
You're talking about the YouTube?
That was a little shocking, Gary.
Gary, you talking about
Frank, I got to tell you what happened. This computer, like I said, I'm nervous it's about done. So I went upstairs to use one, which is also old that I can't use for this. And believe it or not, Frank, I made most of the bed. That part wasn't so good, and I apologize. Steve, do you want to say something?
No, my list out here is not quite as large. I have about 400 people I send my invites to when I have meetings, and sometimes I only get 15 or 20 people. Like you said, you can't tell people what to do with their time. I'm sure more than 75 looked at it.
No.
Oh, you know how many looked at it?
It says.
Okay, well, you know what?
I can tell you something,
Of the-
Gary.
of the-
You
let me
didn't
just
like
finish.
you didn't
Let me-
like how I made the bed.
Let me just
No.
finish. Well, I said that to you, but that was between you and I, but I'm sure others will agree. That's not the reason. I just think people said, you know what, we'll look at it. Oh, we won't look at it. I don't know. I don't think it's done intentionally.
The
You
funny
don't
thing
take
is,
anything bad out of this.
and the funny thing is about that, before Joanne, I posted pictures of the Summers event and what we did on Facebook. I must have got 25. We must have got 25 new followers on Facebook. So I don't know. It's just weird.
Might be the bedroom. I'm telling you. Now that it's brought up.
Gary, I wouldn't be. Don't take it too personally. I mean, even in business, if they get 3 or 4% on a survey, if they get that much responses, they're happy.
Yeah,
And
no,
it just happens.
I'm just questioning. Like, I just was with all the people in the address book. I thought people would want to see at least. I don't know, and I also question about sending out the number of emails I do. I only try to send out stuff that's pertinent. I don't try to drive anybody crazy. Sending out emails. Most of them are about upcoming Zooms and reviews of Zooms.
Remind them again. That's the
exactly.
way it's done.
And if something bizarre happens, like Buster Posey is the first-time Hall of Famer on the first ballot, Steve.
Yeah, 2000.
Send it out.
Oh yeah, you'll definitely send that one out with Baker and Bochy.
That's exactly right. All right, let me just continue, and then we'll open it up. Main things that happened in 2025 were the Polo Ground signage was changed where home plate was, which was in September. Thank you to Michael Mays for making that happen. I exchanged a text with Michael, and he indicating that hopefully the other sign that said Willie Mays played here at the Polo Grounds is going to be redone in 2026. Also in 2026, like Renee had said, I plan, these Zooms are great. Maybe we could do something in June, a live event together, and then we should try to do this holiday party every year. I think it's a great thing. People really enjoyed it. And plus, we gave back to the community of people who have supported us. Guys all did a wonderful thing who have contributed to worthy causes. So
that's huge. That's huge.
Absolutely.
They don't forget.
I will also, once the members who contributed, I sent the thank you letter from Renee Anderson and the official letter from the Say Hey Foundation. Once those other groups send me stuff, which I'm sure they will because of the tax situation, I will scan those and send those out as well. And that's my spiel for the night. If anybody wants to say anything, talk about what they're not happy with, what they're happy with, what they'd like to see going on. Steve?
Just a quick point, and I think I asked you, and I know you're not going to pry because that's not your style. This Renee, it's Anderson or Henderson? Anderson. Has she ever been a guest on here? She hasn't, right?
She's not. She once told me she's not technically savvy.
She might do it now that he's not around.
She just might because he's not around, and I feel comfortable enough to ask her. Absolutely.
Right. And you could, she's obviously, you could walk her through it. It's not like Erskine. I'm sure if she's got I'm just curious to see what she's doing now, where she's at. They must have kept her on.
She's
somehow.
Also very private about, things. So
okay, but you see, I know you'll follow up. Okay.
As far as groups go, people go also. We're all squared away for January. We're squared away for February. We're squared away for April. And we're pretty much squared away for June. I am working on March, which would be spring training with the San Francisco Giants, and May honoring Willie Mays' birth. So
life. Yeah.
And I do have people for March and for May. I just don't have a full schedule that I want to have.
Real quick, the suggestion Frank made, Steve made rather, if she had a problem with the computer, why don't we do the phone thing? The phone thing really works well.
Absolutely.
I mean, if she's intimidated, that's a great another opportunity to seize if somebody feels awkward about using the computer. Something to think
Well,
about.
I think that she will love to hear me tell her that you guys were all asking about her.
Absolutely.
So,
Oh, absolutely.
and if she wants evidence, I will send her a YouTube link to this. So,
Absolutely.
all right. Bill Klink, you're muted, Bill.
You know, muting is my second point I'm going to make. The first point is just a personal request, and some others may have it. I really, truly do miss Frank Lewis. Could you send to me privately, if you wish, his address, not his email, his address, if you have it? I'd like to send him a get well card,
Hello?
if that's okay.
Hold on a second. I think I do have his. I honestly don't know if he's still in rehab or not.
Okay.
He was one of the, I had two people to call today. One I succeeded on, and one I just didn't have enough time. The one I succeeded on was Bob Laurie.
Okay.
I call him to wish him a happy. He's a great guy, and you guys all love him. And it went to his voicemail, and the other was the Frank. So
Yeah.
I will call Frank tomorrow to find out where he is and what's
If it's a
going on.
rehab unit, I'll mail it to the rehab unit. But
No, absolutely.
That's very nice.
I'd like to cheer him up as best I can on that. Two other points. One, can you see maybe either during spring training or later on in the year, can you get Missy back?
I could try. She was difficult enough to get during when I got her last year. She's just super busy.
I know.
She doesn't dislike us or anything like that. It's just phone calls and emails are tough.
Well, she's going to be putting up an exhibit. There's two parts of her exhibit she's putting up, one about the Giants fans and their input, and the other about Bobby Thompson. And I guess what I'd ask, if you can ask her, is it possible for her to, take us with a cameraman through that through those exhibits, for those of us who are not going to be going to San Francisco for by personal reasons or just because it's too far. She's going to have great stuff, and I'd really love to see it. And I don't want to impose on her, so you can impose on her, Gary.
We're also hoping that the Giants had mentioned last year that they were going to put a brick for us at
Oh, yeah.
at the stadium, and I believe they do that in March. So hopefully that'll come to fruition.
Okay. My final point, this is a great group. It has one flaw that you constantly work with, Gary, and I'm wondering if there's a way to work around this. We have people who are very, I don't, they're just not courteous people. They don't mute. And you seemingly can't find them, and they keep talking, and we don't hear speakers. Uh, is it possible when you put a speaker on that automatically everybody but the speaker and you is muted, and no one gets a chance to talk unless you unmute them, Gary?
I will work on that in 2026. And here's the problem. First of all, the one page, you see there's 25 people here.
Right.
If once it goes past 25, there's another page. So if I'm on whatever page I'm on, if I hear somebody talking, I can mute them. I can't mute the other page till I go there and see who's talking. The other thing is there is a way to do it. I got to figure out how to mute everybody upon arrival. One time I did it and I shut off the Zoom, so I'm kind of scared.
Geez, no,
I'm afraid I'm afraid of that happening.
Right. Okay. But if you
You
can
know,
work that out.
I'm sorry,
should be a
somebody
way
say
to
something?
Yeah, sorry, I'm off mute, but this is on purpose. There should be a way to, like you said, mute everyone upon arrival. And I sometimes, because when I'm on work calls, if someone on my team is presenting, oftentimes I will like co-host the meeting and I'll just have on the second screen just a list of all the attendees. And you can see like when someone's off mute or talking, because the icon shows it or it'll flash up. So I can like you can kind of assign someone, or if you have a guest speaking, you can kind of have that up is just one list without the face icons, and then you can
Dolby,
just if someone's talking.
are you saying that I could make like somebody an assistant administrator who could take care of that?
Yeah.
Norm.
Yeah.
Norm. Yeah. Norm.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
For sure.
That's a good
Good times.
idea.
Hey, Gary, if you click the participants button on the bottom, it'll give you that list.
Right.
You can see who is
That
on
list.
the.
Yeah, like last week,
You can
for
see who's off
example,
mute.
I mean, I try very hard. Last week whenever we had Steve Summers on, it was people they come on late, which I don't care about, but then they're talking to somebody while they're coming on. You know, what's for dinner? You know, who you talking to? You know, Steve Summers doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't even know how to get his face on the screen. I mean, that wasn't really nice for him to hear that. I mean,
So obnoxious.
I think if I could chime in real quick, I think one of the things is people don't understand how sensitive the speakers are. I mean, it doesn't take much noise to come in right away. You may think you're, a whisper or whatever, but it comes in really loud sometimes. And I think
know
people are not
none
aware
of
of
us, none of us are spring chickens anymore, and most of us have really learned how to do this, and it's a great thing that we've all been less technologically phobic, and most of us are really good at muting and the like. Others still have to learn. So,
Gary,
And Gary,
jump back on Bill's comments about Missy
yes,
at the ballpark. You know, I'm close enough to San Francisco to get in touch with her, and maybe I can get some film, or we can do something that way.
that'd be wonderful, Tom.
You know, because I'm only like an hour away from the ballpark, so no problem.
How is the movie coming?
We're looking at early 2027.
Tom, for those who don't know who you are, why don't you tell them so at least they
I didn't put my last name on the up there. Lefty O'Doul is my cousin. Lefty's father and my grandfather were brothers, so that's my connection to Lefty O'Doul. I worked with Snelling on the book on O'Doul, and if you want to read the actual good biography on Lefty O'Doul, it's Snelling's book.
And what's going on with this film, but with John?
We're just about wrapped up. John just got back from Japan, did some interviews in Japan, and I think he's pretty much wrapped it up. So it's just a matter of putting it together and funding it. So the big thing, of course, is the funding. So I'm going to drop him another check. He doesn't know that. So.
And Tom, I love John, but I don't want to butcher his name right now because I usually read it phonetically. Go ahead.
John Leonidakis.
There you go.
Okay. And you don't have to be Greek to pronounce it. Okay, Garrett, good talking to you guys.
Anybody else have any concerns? Wanted to get stuff done in the coming year, or just new people who want to say something about joining us, whatever. Mr. Rothschild.
Yeah, that was Bill Klink. That was a very, good idea of her kind of taking us through. I did this, I don't know how many, maybe 3-4 years ago. It took a while to set it up at the Jackie Robinson Museum. I finally got a hold of the right guy, and we did it via, I guess, Skype or whatever at the club, and they walked us through the Jackie Robinson Museum, and that was terrific because, I told them most of these people are never going to get there. They live in Arizona, and there's, age, and they're just quite a few Dodger fans, and the same thing here. There's a lot of people that won't get to Oracle Park, and she might go for something like that. It's not that difficult. I did it with the Yogi Berra Museum too, with Lindsay Berra and her dad Larry. So this is a good idea, Bill.
Yeah.
Good idea.
I had one other question, but it's not for you, Gary. It's for Dan. Dan, when's the next book out?
Yeah, we're waiting for you, Dan. Every year.
Probably about 3 weeks.
Oh, good.
What do we got?
Congratulations.
What is it?
The golf thing, right?
Yeah, it's called Out of the Rough. It's the story of the Jackie Robinson of professional golf, Teddy Reeves.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Wow.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Dan, you'll send me the link to that, and I will forward it to all of the members.
Well, thank you.
Anybody else with anything they want to add?
Yeah,
Jim,
just
go ahead,
another
Jim.
thing for Dan.
Go ahead, Steve.
Dan, Andrew Martin got a promotion. He's going to be moving to New York.
I heard that. I heard
did?
that. That's great. That's great. Thank you.
Mr. Judge.
Yes, I know you did the holiday get together, and but maybe this year around the Mets game, if we can try to gather and see how
Great
many
idea.
people can get together. It's a unfortunate. It's not a great schedule. I'm showing. I think it's September 4th through September 6th that the Giants are in New York. But if that works for people, that may be something we can shoot for and get it. I can't think of a better place to gather than the ballpark.
That's a wonderful thing, except for Cooperstown.
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Dovey, go ahead, Matt. Nice to meet you, by the way. Welcome aboard.
Hey, yeah, thanks, Dovey. I grew up in San Francisco, so just a lifelong Giants fan. Though I was born in upstate New York, didn't live there very long as a child, but I moved back to New York as an adult. So spent some time in Manhattan and Westchester County, so got to see some of the spots you guys are talking about. And yeah, it's good to be here. I'm obviously Giants fan, old school Gothams, of course. And I respect the rivalry. Don't like that historically the teams are, I think, 500 against each other right now. I was hoping that wouldn't change in my lifetime, but I guess there's time to win it back. So thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Where in upstate did you live as a kid?
I was born in Syracuse, but I guess it was too cold, so we didn't last more than a few months there. So straight to San Francisco.
I think you made a wise choice. Hindi, go ahead, dear. Unmute.
Great choice.
Hindi, unmute. You're muted, Hindi. Hindi, unmute.
Could we have a session? Do you hear me?
Yes.
On great movies about baseball. I love the movies and I love baseball. Movies like The Natural, Bull Durham.
My favorite one. I love The Natural.
Sounds like a great.
You want to have on that is Lilo and Fish.
I just thought maybe
Lilo
we
and
could have a
Fish would be great
session
on
on
that.
the great movies about baseball.
I'll write that down.
Great suggestion.
And one of our guests, I didn't mention this in July, but July is 4th of July, baseball, hot dogs, barbecuing. And Jeff Cohen has a podcast about that subject. So he's going to talk about barbecuing and baseball. So that should be something interesting for you, Hindi. Maybe you could make a nice barbecued brisket up in Woodstock, okay?
We'll all come.
We'll all take a ride up there. But I must say, I cannot thank everybody in our group, especially the people here tonight, because you're here, just for the continued support. And I love doing this. It's a lot of fun. I feel great satisfaction making you guys, happy. The party everybody was smiling. And when I'm able to track down a good guest speaker, it means a lot. And like I said, we've had, just hardly any flunks as far as whoever we've gotten. Only time we've ever had trouble was technological trouble.
Stuff. Yeah, that's what it is.
So we show support to these people who speak by, we're giving them airtime to talk about their books, or we're contributing donations to their charities that they work for, and this is a real fine organization. I'm very proud to be a part of it, and I never say I; it's always we, and I really mean that. Okay, I know I'm leading this stuff per se, but it's a group. It's
a family.
It's not Gary MINTZ and the New York. It's the New York Giants Preservation Society, and that's what it is. So
it's fantastic. It's a privilege, and you really do an amazing job. So
very kind of you.
Yes, Gary, you are the best.
Thank you. I know there were other groups. I just think we're in a different stage now with the ability to use the computer. And I made that speech the other day at the place. The ability to attract more members who knew nothing about us because we're doing stuff virtually. The ability to get guest speakers because they don't have to be tied down to, oh, who the Giants are playing, the Mets or the Yankees. That's the only time we can get anybody to come speak at Bergino's or Affinities. We don't have that issue now. Find somebody who wrote a book, look them up, try to track them down, get them, and they speak. And it's a win-win situation for everybody. COVID was horrible. I hate saying it, but this, the one good thing in quotes is that we were able to start this Zooming stuff. If, for those of you who don't know me, I was a teacher. I was teaching on Google Meets, and somebody said, "Well, why don't you do Zoom?" So we started the Zoom, and you know, the first 5 meetings, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know I could record these. And like Dan Taylor, one of his books was missed because of it. Might have been even 2 with Dan. I don't know. It was I know at least 1. It was George Genevieve's book. But I found a comparable one with the Hall of Fame, so I put that on our YouTube channel.
No, don't beat yourself up because the Genevieve's one was live at the shop.
Oh, that's right. Yes, and that
came-
was, but
I
we didn't
came
tape
to
it
New
back
York.
then. But I wanted because of Genevieve's ties with the Giants and Dan being just an exceptional writer that it needed to be part of our page. The page serves as that YouTube channel serves as a research material, entertainment, and just good baseball talk. So for those who haven't subscribed, think about subscribing. It doesn't cost anything. You just hit subscribe and you get notification after every meeting. It takes a little while for the computer to, and now with a new computer, it'll be quicker. This computer, like I said, is, on its last legs. After the meeting, I set it all up so that within half an hour or an hour, it's on the YouTube channel. I send out a notification saying, okay, here's the link. You want to watch it. And then I send out the link for next week's. So,
Hey, Gary,
yes.
you were so kind enough to ask all of us to give you input. How about some input from you? Is there anything you need from us that would make your job easier / better?
That was great.
So, Bill Klink mentioned the mute. It's, I guess sometimes I act like a teacher because I was a teacher. I expect certain things.
Fine.
And I don't think it's too much to ask. And some people say I'm very patient. My wife wouldn't say that. Patient that I don't yell at people like, "Hey, shut the F up already. Come on, somebody's on here." I mean, that's what I really want to say. I won't say it.
Well, Gary, two things about that. One is I think we could add something in your written directions before we sign in on Zoom. Is that you make sure it gets put out with every meeting that you need to, when you come into the meeting, when the meeting starts, you need to Zoom and you need to check whatever device you're on to do that. And the other thing is you shouldn't have to play good cop. You need, because you're coordinating everything. You're introducing the speaker. And so you know what, like I think somebody suggested, you need somebody else who can follow and who's talking when they're not supposed to and have them be the enforcer, so to speak.
That's something
Well, it's also, I sent out, for the people who went to the party, I sent out like 5 updates, 1 a week. Last one goes out within 20 minutes. What time is the party? I don't understand. It says 12 to 2:30 in the directions. And then I sit there and I type in, I don't want to say, can you effing read? Say it starts at 12, whatever,
Maybe we need to have you, and I'll be willing to volunteer. If you need a helpline, you can always call me. You know,
It hasn't come down to that. It's
I
just
know. Okay.
it's just part of the territory. Steve could attest to
Right.
that.
Yeah.
With his group that he runs.
Yeah, I get the same thing. Where is the
Yeah.
meeting?
Where is the meeting? Where is Finities? So Renee, go ahead.
No, I thought I saw Joe Caparat raise his hand. I don't know if he had a question.
Joe, did you have a question or a comment?
Yeah, comment. What is the protocol for speaking? I don't know that.
Oh, Joe, there is a thing that says react on the bottom of your screen. It looks like a heart.
Not true.
Click the screen.
It says react, and then you can hit, it's a yellow hand. And if you look at Renee and Frank, they have a yellow hand, and Michael Berlin has a yellow hand.
Not all machines are the same.
So
Yeah, I'm not seeing a yellow hand.
all you got to do is raise your hand, and I would, until
Gotcha.
you learn that. So,
Okay.
but Joe, I saw Joe in a restaurant a few weeks ago, and I don't know why we started talking. I don't know if he had a Met hat on or he saw my Giant jersey or whatever.
That was it. That was it. I saw you had a Giant hat, Giant jersey, and I accosted you actually outside the restaurant. And that's how I learned about the group. And I mean, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to see the turnout and what's going on.
Where does Joe live? Where is Joe?
I live in Delaware. I was born in the city, 106th and 2nd Avenue. We moved out to Bergen County when I was 2. And my dad, hardworking immigrant, knew about baseball and boxing. He didn't do the horse racing thing, and those were the only things that were involved. So pre-television,
Where in Bergen County? Where in Bergen
Hasbrook Heights. So
That's
we
nice.
would listen to, we'd start listening to the Giant game, and every once in a while he'd say, "Let's go." And even before Route 80, we'd be on 46, and we'd be in our seats at the Polo Grounds in the top of the 3rd. So I'm 7, 8 years old and got to see the greatest player ever play running around center field. Fell in love, and then with the game, and then a game love became a tremendous admiration for the Say Hey Kid. And I've been all in ever since. I'm a lunatic sports person, amongst many other things that I'm a lunatic at. And I was thrilled to meet Gary, contacted him, so here I am. I went to Birmingham. I was going to the Rickwood Classic anyway, and then Wooly died on Monday, which was one of the harder not know people deaths in my life, because he was someone I had on a pedestal, and I ended putting humans on a pedestal up, and I guess when I was around 50, but Wooly was kind of firmly implanted. So I went down there, and then it became, which was kind of cool. He kind of died and then got 4 more days of life, because the Rickwood was really about the Negro Leagues, but then it became about Wooly, which was thrilled. So, which was thrilling for me, So anyway, so that's just my A personality brought me to what I see today, which is I'm very excited. And just a quick aside on the technology stuff. My wife does art Zooms, and she always has an administrative assistant to handle all of that other stuff. Now, she does some on her own, but she's also working out of the Lifelong Learning Center out of the University of Delaware for us. So they supply her with something, and it really takes a lot off of her plate. And Gary, for your ease of operation, you won't have to, if you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. It would be a hell of a lot less agita for you and coordinating everything else. She speaks very highly of that. But anyway, I'm thrilled to be here. And
thanks, Joe.
I'm
glad you ran into me.
That's probably
and
literal.
I hope you find this group rewarding.
Already is.
Good. Michael, go ahead, Michael.
Two things. First of all, just to Gary, to you and the group, I love this group.
I suffer here in Los Angeles as a Giants fan, and I always think of this group suffering with me wherever you guys are. So thank you for that. A comment just for what Hindy's suggestion. I wrote a book recently about the movies, about casting of the movies. So I would be glad to sort of work with whomever and talk about one day, the movies and baseball.
That would
And
be great.
just an aside, by the way, you see, I made the mistake of reading the Bernard Malamud book
Me
first.
too. I read it first.
Roy took the money. It killed me. It killed me. Say it ain't so, Joe. That's where that came from. Anyway, just, to put it out there, if you ever want to do a night of movies, casting baseball in movies, how they came to be, I would love to take part.
I think, you know what? I think that's a good idea, and I think it would work perfectly in the month we're doing Jeff's barbecue thing. It'll be a
Whatever you
nice,
like, buddy.
nice break. So why don't we try to set up something Hindi in July?
Okay.
Okay.
Would be great.
Harvey, everybody okay with that? Is that it? It's not really a giant thing per se, but if that's something
Great.
that interests you, absolutely. Harvey Weinberg, great to see you.
I want to wish everybody Happy New Year. I'm leaving this meeting. I'm actually going to my regular Tuesday night Zoom meeting of Michael Berlin, my City College classmates. So Happy New Year to everybody. Joanne, thank you very much for helping me out at the.
You're not.
Harvey, say hello to Marty Goldsmith for me.
I don't think he's going to be on, but I got a phone call reminding me of the meeting, but I did. Now I got to, you talk about technology. I got to get out of this one and get in the other one. I got to get my 2 soda cans together on a string. Happy New Year to everybody.
Harvey, did you get in touch with Mr. Larkin?
Yeah, I emailed him.
Did he respond?
Yes. Yeah, I emailed him. He responded. Good. I emailed one of my long emails. He probably figured I'm friggin' crazy, and he'll get back to me.
Wonderful.
Bye, everybody.
Good help.
Ted, go ahead, Ted.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody knows that when the Mets play in New York, they send a few players over to the Polo Grounds to inherit the history of the Giants.
For the newcomers, right?
Yeah, for the newcomers. I didn't know that the Giants played in New York, and the Mets, maybe 2 or 3 players could come over from what was Shea at the time, and I guess it's City Field now, just to walk around and to talk to people and soak up the history. And I think it's a nice thing, and I think we should, if we can cultivate that, it would be very nice.
Very nice. If you remember, Ted, and I have a picture of you, Steve's favorite player was there, the historian. Where's Steve Rothschild?
Right here.
Yeah, the historian was there.
Yep.
You know who I'm talking about?
Of course, the great relief pitcher.
Mark Melanson. Hey, Joe, you were able to get your hand up. How about that? Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it couldn't have been bigger. I saw it. Now I got that down. It's a great
Smooth
day.
sailing.
It's just such a great day when I can learn anything about this technology monster.
Hey, I got to tell you something. Like I said, none of us are really that young except for Joanne and Hindi, and we all learn this stuff. So it's a good thing. Bill, go ahead.
I just had a quick question for Steve on something. It's about a guy who we used to see him here, and you used to have him. We'd see him at the stuff out at the Grand. The Giants fan who had Parkinson's. What was his name? What
Went to
happened
visit.
him?
Oh, Gary, I went to visit him today. Fred Cohn. How sad. Oh my God.
What's his name now?
Fred Cohn.
Yeah, Fred.
He became blind.
I remember.
He's so thin, Gary. I can't really understand him when he speaks much. was a mitzvah going to see him today. It's sad. I mean, he's still with it though. He still, follows baseball and can't read, but he gets books and does it whatever orally. Yeah, he was a regular on here.
Gary, I'm sorry, Steve, is there a way maybe you could help me with it because I don't know that I want to contact him directly. Can you ask him if he would receive me as a visitor and I'd like to come visit him?
He'll receive anybody he asked today. He doesn't probably. He asked about Ira. He asked about Jim Weber. Absolutely, you can go see him. There's no doubt. You can just go.
Where is he?
Owen. You know what? Call me after. We don't want to go through.
Call you afterwards. You'll
call me after the meeting.
I will.
I'll tell you where it is.
Fred was. I love Fred.
Oh, what a wonderful guy! I just want, if I can just say something to Michael Berlin. I was the Goldsmith contact. We were friends as kids. Harvey had nothing to do with Marty Goldsmith. Is Michael Berlin still on?
Yeah.
Okay, I think you might have confused that. I didn't go to City. I went to LIU, but I knew a lot of the guys that you played with. We talked about this a while back.
I guarded Albie Grant. He only scored 55
Yeah,
points.
you didn't do too good of a job, I'm sure.
55 points he scored that night.
Was it? I think it was Newbold. Not
Larry
Grant.
Newbold. Larry Newbold.
When you were on a freshman team.
Yep.
I was at that game.
Yeah.
By the way, for
guy
the
underneath him.
people who are new here tonight, the general way we hold our meetings is I come on and talk for 5 minutes, and then we have our guest speaker speak for 30 to 40 minutes about their book, about something with the Giants, and then we open it up for Q&A. Usually ends between 8 and 8:15, and then from 8:15 until whenever we talk about whoever wants to hang around. We shut off the recording so we don't offend anybody, and we talk about the plight of the Giants. So that's generally how these work. Joe, is that shirt what was at the Museum of the City of New York? You're muted.
Yeah, it is.
That was a great thing they had there.
It was fabulous, and I was the lack of technical skill kept a lot of my stuff out of there. I was going back and forth with them, and they wanted about I forget how many of my things they want, and all of my stuff gets thrown in a drawer, so none of it is in any kind of shape. But I was at Larson's perfect game and have the scorecard in my little 8-year-old handwriting and have the ticket that my dad wrote on. My dad owned a bar in Brooklyn, and a guy who came to his bar would take me to the World Series every year. Of course, it was Giant Dodgers. It was the 50s. So they wanted to, but it was a great exhibit.
Steve, did you see that one?
But they wanted me in the end to transmit it technologically, and I just blew it. Just couldn't do it.
That was the New York thing at the city.
Yes.
Yeah, that was years ago. That was the telescope was there.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, and you could go into a booth and announce a game and stuff. Oh yeah, I was there.
Right. Renee, what's up?
No, I remember that, and I was there too. I love the exhibit. I even got the book.
Yeah.
I couldn't get enough of it. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was. I had a great time. I went there twice. Yeah. I wish I would have went more, but I was working. So
I was there.
Yeah,
I was there too. I ran into David Lippman there at that exhibit.
Jim, what is your hat? Jim, you went, I guess, too.
Yeah, this is from I bought it there.
That hat.
The glory days, and I got this one signed by Johnny Antonelli.
Nice.
Very nice.
Bought it at the.
I have that hat, not signed by Johnny Antonelli. I have that hat too.
I'll wear it.
Those of you who do not know, Jim was friends with Johnny Antonelli. So, Howard, you have a good time the other day. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, it was a great party. I got here late tonight. We were eating a late dinner, and I'm having trouble with my computer. I'm actually on my cell phone now. But it was a pleasure meeting you, Gary, in person, and as well as other members of the group that I see online every Thursday or Wednesday, and now it's a Tuesday. I mean, I don't know what's next, Monday, Saturday.
This was
it's a great.
I didn't want to bother anybody with New Year's Eve, and that last week was Christmas and Christmas Eve. So I figured we should probably just have a meeting before New Year's Eve and New
Oh,
Year's Day.
understandable. We'll be going out to the movies tomorrow and get back in time for
Most of
the
our
ball drop.
meetings, for those unaware, are usually Thursdays, sometimes on a Wednesday. It depends. I don't want to say at the mercy.
I'm flexible myself. Tonight I
No,
happened
but
to
I'm
forget
just
about it, and my wife made dinner a little bit later than usual. And then I said, "Holy shit! Excuse my French. There's
yeah.
a Zoom tonight." But it was a great party and meeting everybody. Joanne, I remember, was a doll. She was terrific. And Perry Barber was great to me because we had been Facebook friends maybe 15 years ago, and then we lost track. And that's why I asked you where she was, because I wanted to say hello. And Renee was great. He offered me some of his chicken. I think he was offering it to everybody. So,
He didn't offer me any.
well, he doesn't like you, I guess. But every time I was talking to him and people would come over, have a piece of chicken, have a piece of chicken. I felt like saying, listen, why don't you have a piece of chicken? Why aren't you eating it? But he was. But it was
Yeah.
a great party. I froze my butt off walking back to the Port Authority, but it was well worth it. And I want to wish everybody a happy new year. And we'll see you next year, which starts in, I don't know, about 28 hours from now or something like that.
For those who are new, our meetings are generally on Thursdays. Occasionally, we'll have them on Wednesday. It depends on when the guest speaker could speak. Frank, Happy New Year. He just left. Anybody else have any comment or want to say anything before we shut it down tonight?
I do.
Go ahead.
A few guys out of New York, New Jersey Centric Museum of the City of New York is fabulous. I was there again 2 weeks ago. There is really a wonderful Robert Rauschenberg photography exhibit, but they're the nicest people. It's really accessible. It's a great, great place.
Wonderful. Anybody else?
Yeah, Sotheby Park Bernay had a auction about 10 years ago, I guess, with things on the seats on the polo grounds and Willie Mays this and somebody that. And it was a great auction, but big bucks.
Wonderful. All right, guys and gals, want to wish everybody the happiest New Year. Thanks again for your support to the organization. We will reconvene next Thursday with Donna Muscarella about Hinchcliffe Stadium, which I think will be a great lead-off batter for the new year. So until then, we'll see each other next Thursday. I'm going to shut down the recording. If anybody wants to talk about the Giants, I'll hang for a little bit. And
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Be well, everybody.
Thank you.